The Castle and the Scroll by Jared Dodd. Prelude. The two dragons made their way slowly through the thick forest. The younger one was 15 feet in length, still small for a dragon. His companion was an elder dragon and was as large as a cottage. As they approached the edge of the forest, they crouched low to conceal themselves. "There," the older one said, pointing into the sunlit prairie. The younger one followed its elder's gaze to a large castle, nestled atop a gentle rise in the hill. "That's our enemy?" the novice asked, his voice reflecting his disgust. "That's where they meet," the other said. "Look, they're exiting the castle now." Men, women, and children, armed with swords, bows, and arrows, began walking across the grassland, heading back to their homes. "They look so weak," the younger said, his tongue shooting back and forth between his jagged teeth. "Why don't we gather together our clan and attack the castle as they meet? Surely, O wise one, an all-out offensive is our best chance of success." "What a fool you are," the elder dragon said, with an anger that caused his accomplice to cower in fear. "You still have much to learn. We will not fight them head to head. We will fight them in a different way." "How?" "From inside their own ranks," the elder said with a crafty smile on his face. "We will defeat them without them ever knowing." "How will we do that?" the other said, amazed at the concept. "It is simple," the elder said. We will take the words of their king and twist them in such a way that they will think that they are serving him, but in the end they will only be serving themselves." "How is this possible?" the younger dragon asked, smiling with wicked delight. "Won't they realize they are being deceived?" "Not at all," said the elder. "Not until it's too late." Chapter 1. You will likely believe as you read my story that you understand it on the outset. Let me warn you that it will not likely be. For I did not see the truth until the end, and even now as I continue down the narrow path, the scales continue to fall. I grew up the only child of my parents, loved dearly by them, and content with my life. I had always known of castles since I was young, for almost every town or village had at least one, and some towns had many. When I was around the age of 9, I asked my father why there were castles in every town. He replied that the followers of the great king gathered there. I asked him who the great king was, and he was silent. I knew what that meant. My father was only quiet on topics which displeased him. I asked my mother that evening, and as she was tucking me into bed, about the great king. She told me that he was the greatest of all warriors, and that the castles were where his armies are trained. "What do they train for?" I asked her. "They train to kill dragons," she replied. "You mean the dragons in the forests?" I asked with amazement. All of our people and those of the neighboring villages knew of the dragons. They lived in the forest and would never come out. "Yes," my mother said softly, brushing her fingers through my hair. "But how?" I asked, puzzled. "I thought the dragons were invincible." "They are," she replied. "The great king is nothing more than a fable, my son. No one is able to kill the dragons." As she said this, I could see pain in her eyes, a hurt that seemed to go back far into her memory. "What's wrong, mother? Why do you look sad?" "It's nothing," she replied. "I was just thinking of your grandparents. I wish you could have met them." "Why were you thinking about them?" I asked her. "They were followers of the great king, and often as a little girl I would go with them to the castle." "What was it like?" I asked with a big yawn, fighting hard against the heaviness of my eyes so I could hear the story. "Well," she said, "it was big and extravagant, and there were many nice people there, but in the end it was all pretend." I was certain my mother could read my expression. She knew I wanted an explanation, for I was questioning her with my eyes. "I know this is hard for you to understand," she said slowly and quietly, "but the castle promised your grandparents that they would be able to kill dragons. Your grandparents believed them, and after much training, they went into the forest on a dragon hunt and never returned. I was still very young, just as you are now, and that's how I became an orphan. I was all on my own until I met your father. It was a hard and difficult childhood. What kind of a great king would do something like that? My mother didn't answer any more of my questions that evening, for she said that the great king was just a bedtime story, and not true. And even though I wanted to believe her, there was still something in the idea of the great king that touched the depths of my heart. From that day forward, when I passed the castle near our home on King's Day, I would enjoy looking at all the men, women, and children entering with their bows, swords, and shields. My best friend Lily lived close by. She was a year younger than me. She knew some things concerning the legend of the great king, and we would often pretend together, I with my sword and she with her bow. We had a motto that we came up with, "Down with the dragon and all of his race." Lily was beautiful. I often dreamt of us growing up and fighting dragons together as we followed the great king. One day we challenged each other to go into the forest. We knew we weren't allowed to, but our imaginations got the best of us. We had convinced ourselves that we were both warriors of the great king who could defeat any dragon. We slowly crept into the forest and began to dare each other to go deeper. "You're barely in," Lily said to me. She was a good 15 yards further along. "Don't be afraid, Caleb. We are warriors of the great king, remember?" I cautiously advanced and was soon slightly past Lily. I was just about to dare her to go further when I heard something. It was a voice. The voice of a woman. "My dears, how brave you are! What precious and powerful children you must be to come within the forest." Neither of us could see the woman, but we could both hear her, and her voice was coming from deeper within the forest. We slowly made our way together, hand in hand. "Keep coming," she said, gently and smoothly. "Such brave warriors must be honored. A great feast awaits, and with all the goodies and treats that a hungry warrior needs." Lily made me stop. "Wait," she said. "It's a trap." "But it's just a woman," I said, and though I didn't want to admit it, I was charmed by the woman's voice. We continued to advance, and still we heard her, and though I could not see the woman, I could picture her. I saw her as a tall and elegant, with long dark hair. Her skin was fair and without blemish. All within me now wanted to see her. It didn't matter what the consequence would be. "Surely you won't stop now," the woman said, sounding only a small distance away. "Who are you?" I asked. Lily's grip on my hand tightened. "Who am I?" repeated the woman. "I am your friend, your very best friend in the whole wide world. Come with me and I will show you wonderful things. Come just a little bit closer. I've been waiting for you two. I've heard of you. I can't wait to bring you deeper into the forest." Lily whispered only loud enough for me to hear it. "Caleb, I'm scared." I cared about Lily's safety, but my captivation with this unseen woman was the stronger emotion. Then suddenly I heard footsteps approaching from behind us, crunching the drying leaves of autumn with every step. Was it my parents, or friends of the woman, or someone else? There was a large oak tree only a few feet away with a hollowed trunk. Pulling Lily with me, I quickly dashed within the tree, which seemed to shield us from both the women and the steps that were approaching. Voices now accompanied with footsteps, and they were the voices of two men. The men continued to advance until they were right next to us. Though they didn't see us, I then heard the woman's voice. "Stop," she said. The two women were startled, but quickly regained their composure. "Who are you two, and why have you come here?" she said, her voice sounding agitated. "We are hunters," the men replied. "We came to scout out this area for game." "Don't you worry about the dragons?" the woman asked. "The dragons are growing scarcer in these parts," one man said. "Where are you? Show yourself." "All in good time," the woman replied. I found myself frustrated that these two men had interfered with my conversation with her. "I was visiting with two young people," the woman said. "One of them was very special to me. That child I was very excited to meet. but it seems you have frightened them off." "What are you talking about?" asked the other hunter. "No children have ever entered the forest." The woman breathed so loudly I could hear her. It was as if she was only a small stone's throw away. "Never mind," she said at last. "Why don't you two men follow me? I will show you things better than mere game. Come, are you hungry? Food eaten in secret is delicious. Come, taste the wine I have mixed. It will delight your souls." I then heard the footsteps of the men continue, peering around the tree trunk. I saw the two hunters walking deeper within the forest. Lily was relieved. I, however, was appalled. "We must go after them," I said. "Have you lost your mind?" Lily asked. "We must leave." "Hurry," I said, trying to force Lily to come after me. "We must see her." "No, Caleb," she replied. "We must leave now." I then began to climb up the tree within which we had been hiding. Lily, out of either fear or allegiance, followed me. "What are you doing?" she asked with frustration. "I must see her," I replied. "Just one quick glance." We were about 20 feet up, and I could scarcely see the men through the thicket of the forest. "No more playing games," one of them said. "Where are you?" "I am here," the woman said. I then saw a very large black dragon pick up both men off the ground, one in each claw. The dragon spoke, and it had a woman's voice. "What fools you are," the dragon said, and as it spoke its voice changed from feminine to masculine. The men shouted out in horror. My last sight before jumping to the ground and running away with Lily beside me was the dragon shoving both men into its mouth and devouring them whole.